Hi everyone, today I will be opening and taking a look at all of the items I won from the Little Busters 15th Kuji. This was a special Kuji run by Eureka Kuji, who had not done any kind of Kuji before, and this was their first one, which was quite surprising. For a long time now it has been Kujikore who has done all of the key Kuji in the past, and out of nowhere it just, I don't know, Eureka Kuji just came in and they seem to be quite new, and they just did the greatest Kuji of all time and made acrylic stands and badges of all of these sprites that we'd never ever had before. So the boys finally got sprite stands, and just every character got a stand, which was insane. That has never been done before, and everyone was losing their mind. It was interesting to see it not be Kujikore, and now that it's Eureka doing everything, I'm not sure what happened there, if they sort of passed over their licensing to Eureka rather than Kujikore, or something happened to Kujikore, I'm not sure. But either way, it seems like they actually do a better job at Kuji anyway. They really went all out with this Kuji, so I won nearly everything. I've won every single stand, every single badge, every single bromide except for one. The S-Show I actually didn't win. That was the one thing I didn't get, and I was actually happy about that, because out of all of the times that I spun this Kuji, I didn't want that, and I managed to get everything I wanted, plus trading with people. I managed to get everything I wanted nearly by myself. It was just, I think, 4 of the stands that I traded with Kagiko on Twitter for, and it was just really fun. So I'm looking forward to taking a look at everything. Just having all these stands lined up together, I've got all 13 plus a couple of duplicates, so it will look really nice once they're displayed. And I'll start off with the highest ranked item, which is the Airshaw. Again, I didn't win the Airshaw, and that was fine because I really didn't want it. I personally thought it didn't look very nice. The black frame didn't suit the image at all. If I'd have won it, I still would have kept it, but it's just, I don't like that frame whatsoever. They could have picked a nicer one for that. Their Clanad Kuji, on the other hand, has some lovely frames. I managed to somehow win all of the items that everyone else was fretting about and wanting to get. Somehow my luck was really good, and I won everything, duplicates of everything that everyone else wanted, meaning I could trade for anything I wanted, plus still have that item to myself. As for the Aisho, these are the blankets. We have the Ecstasy Girls, Sasami Kanata Saya, and then Rin and Komari on the right. There was another one. I really don't like that illustration. It's not the most impressive illustration. The anatomy is really off on that one. Ecstasy is like this, and you could choose these. So if you won the A short or the B short, you can choose what you would like. So I picked these two. And Rin and Komari is like this. And I never quite understood why Rin still has the vest and the ribbon, but then no shirts. Isn't it more effort to put those things back on? But whatever. This is the A13, and I believe the other one is A12. Yeah, this one's A12. Next we have the B short. So these are the cloth posters, and you can pick these as well. So I just went for Rin, which is this one here. I don't really have anything of this illustration, so that's the reason why I picked that, since everything else I think already has something. This one, however, I do actually have the big tapestry of this already, but when am I going to say no to these two and not pick it? So of course I picked this, and I'm very happy about it. I do have the tapestry that came out many years ago. That one's really big, it's huge. It's nice to have something a bit smaller of that illustration as well. And moving on to the seashore, which is the acrylic stands, and I couldn't believe that this really happened. We were finally getting actual stands of everyone, and of their sprites no less, after all these years. And I really think that this, if anything, was the greatest thing to come out of Little Busters 15th anniversary goods wise. Honestly, having the sprite illustrations as actual stands is insane to me still. I can't wait to display them together. And I got all 13. I haven't seen anyone else with all 13, which is, there must be someone out there apart from me, because there's no way you wouldn't want to have all 13 of these. I managed to secure 9 of them myself, and then I traded for the remaining 4, and I did not trade stands at all. I've kept every stand that I won. I mentioned earlier, but I managed to win everything that everyone else wanted. I managed to trade badges, just normal ones for the stands, bromides for the stands. I was very lucky in that I won duplicates of pretty much everything that wasn't either A or B, and I'm very happy to have all these together, so I think I'll go through them and put them on their stands and see what they look like, because I'm really excited to see them. I guess I'll start off with the childhood friends, but I really just can't believe that these are real. These are all the C shorts, so the C prize, and they're all acrylic figures, and I'm just beyond happy that Eureka Kuji went and did this. This is something that should have been done a long time ago and never happened. They filled in that gap and gave us what we finally wanted all these years. It's really, really cool to see every character's sprite get a stand. I'm beyond pleased that these exist. And even the little stands, instead of playing with the logo, he's playing with the little gap that the stand is meant to slot into. And it's using the usual Little Busters colours of the teal from the logo and then the orange cat, and it just says Little Busters there, and of course it's copyrighted by Key and Visual Arts. And there's just some stars there, which I thought was quite cute. It's got absolutely nothing to do with Little Busters, and usually there's never a star motif. If anything, it's a cat paw print or something, or baseball related. It's really fun to see stars, and I'm probably the only person that looks at a stand for Little Busters and thinks, oh, it's stars this time. I've been buying Little Busters stuff for way too long and pretty much got my hands on most big things, and it's just, you would never see stars, so this is something probably really minute that only I would look at and think is funny. Anyway, that's the stand, and I think this is nice. It's not too big, it's good size, so they can all line up very nicely without taking up a lot of space. And they just about fit on my screen, but this is all 13 Little Busters 15th anniversary stands from Eureka Kuji. I don't really know what else to say apart from they look so good. I'm so happy that these exist. I never would have thought that finally we would be getting actual goods using these illustrations for once. It's really impressive that 15 years later this is what we're getting, so Little Busters really is something special in that sense. Where else do you find a visual novel or eroge that gets this of everyone 15 years later? Something that primarily focused on the boys instead and broke all of the rules of games at that time, and even had Kyosuke be #1. I've mentioned that many times, but it is just insane how many boundaries this game has broken and continues to do so years later. Really grateful for Eureka Kuji for holding the Little Busters 15 Yugo Kuji and having these stands be one of the prizes. And in terms of goods, this is my favourite thing in my whole collection. Next we have the Disho, which were the can badges, and included in here are also the Omake badges, but I will leave those to the end, I think. I managed to get all of the badges as well, plus many duplicates. I ended up with 7 badges of Riki alone, so not that I'm complaining because I was very happy about that. These were actually called Shogo Kanbaji, which were all using the original Shogo that were put on the characters when they first joined the group, and they're also just the Shogo that appear in the opening video as well when you start the game. And I thought this was a really cool idea. It feels like something that really matches the game. And I should mention, I think I said there were 13, there are actually 14 since there was a secret badge as well, but I think everyone knew that it was going to be Masukuza Saito, and he indeed was a secret one. There was a secret bromide set and a secret badge, and both of these did not have any illustrations or any clues as to who they would be. The bromides, I think, were a little bit more difficult. The badge was very easy to tell, but because who else would they make it of? There was no one else in the battle ranking except for Saito, so this made perfect sense. Nazo no Kame Otoko, and It would have been cool to see him get a stand as well perhaps, but it's fine without. I think the badge is fair enough. And these are all the badges. There are obviously many duplicates here, but I did manage to get all 14 types of badge. It's really fun to see all of these shogo written on everyone. For example, with Riki, I got 6 of him, I think. For his one, it was 異様に賑やかな青春を送る普通の少年. It's just really fun seeing all of these old shogo on the badges. And Kud's one is obviously a jisho with エキゾチック自称なマスコットかっこ自称. She's put that on herself. And last but not least, these are the bromides. This one on the top is actually the secret one. This was the secret bromide that no one had any idea of what the illustration would be. My guess was that it would be the kids, most likely this illustration, and it was this illustration. It was actually the coloured version. This is the first time ever that we've had a bromide of this coloured illustration, and I'm very, very pleased about this. I'm really weird about Little Buster's bromides and postcards where I need everything, and particularly when it comes to the childhood friends, I need everything. These are all sets of 2, so they all come with 2 bromides inside. This one is of course the first photo of them as the Busters together, and then this one is the later one. I have the newspaper version of this, and it's nice to have a coloured one as well. They might even look nice together, perhaps. All of these sets were visible on the site except for this one, which was secret, and they all come in sets of 2, so I'll just briefly go through the top one. I got many duplicates. I got many duplicates. The secret one I actually got 3, so that was quite nice. There's Komari. So they're all just sets of each character's CGs. This one comes with both this one and also the one of her eating the parfait at the cafe. And then we have Sasami as well. Kyosuke, I won quite a few. And the interesting thing is the previous illustration that I just showed, where it had the childhood friends and also the Shugo Irasto photo. They actually have 2 of these, so there was one that was actually shown on the website, this one, and the difference is that this one has the blue sky in the background and the other one doesn't, so one of them's the CG and then one of them's the one from the actual opening video. And the other one is the Yujo no Akashi, the handshake. And seeing these 2 as bromides was fantastic. I'm really glad that they put these together as a set. They usually kind of get left out when it comes to Kuji and things. So this was really good to see. I would very much like to display all of these together. We have Kud's ones, Kanata as well, Haruka, Sasami, Mio. And then we're back to the start. So I am missing the one of Rin and Komari when they're in the bath together, and the cats as well, if I remember correctly. I'm not too fussed about having all of the bromides. My main concern is always just the Shugo Irasto or anything of the childhood friends, and also the one of Masato and Kengo, and also Kyosuke too. But the secret one in particular, I think this is the best one. And lastly, the bonus badges. These were randomly given to you if you tried the Kuji for 10 pulls at once. I did quite a few more than just 50 pulls. I've only got 5 of these, but I did, I think, quite a few of them in like 6 at a time or 7 at a time, and then I also traded with people as well. But I got this badge, which I was extremely happy about. This was the one I wanted the most. These were all random, so you couldn't select them, but this is of course the Little Buster's Perfect Vocal Collection illustration, and this came out, I remember, when I was younger. This is the link, and then we have Sasami as well. Somehow I managed to actually duplicate on the bonus badges, which is quite unusual. Overall, that is everything I got out of the Little Buster's 15th anniversary Kuji, and I am really happy that this Kuji even happened. These items did release in December. I am really grateful that I was able to trade with other Kagiko that I already knew through drawing and things like that, and just on Twitter in general. This is the only key game that gets this kind of recognition and goods as well, not just from Key themselves but from other companies. To go this far and make sprite badges, I mean, the badges alone would have been sufficient, but seeing all of the characters get stands, full stands of everyone, was really exciting, and I'm really glad that the 15th anniversary was such a success, and I look forward to seeing anything that happens in the future, and perhaps something for the 20th anniversary in 5 years' time. Who knows what will happen between now and then. But thank you very much for watching this video until the end. I know that most of my content tends to be me yapping on about Little Busters for a good 15 minutes or so. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that it was somewhat enjoyable, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!